Somebody have to die for you to get a bed at Savlamar Hospital. Power slowly being restored in St. Elizabeth, and food will be scarce and more expensive in the next 2 weeks. Copa Semifinals will take place today. This is Undiluted News, Mikey Bones reporting. And we're going to start with a blogger, Popeye, who carries some of the juiciest news from Western Jamaica. He had an interview with a Jamaican counselor, Ian Bell, who had a very bad experience at the Savlamar Hospital in Westmoreland. His mother, who is 81 years old, got sick and was placed into a wheelchair for 4 days, and he had to take her out as she was left there just to die. Listen to him tell his story.
Well, right after Hurricane Beryl, she took sick with some hard situation, and she was rushed to the Savlama General Public Hospital. Right, she lives in Negril, Westmoreland. So she was rushed to the Savlama Hospital. So when I get the call on Thursday evening, I was told that she was admitted, but the hospital is faced with some challenge. They don't have any bed, so she's in a wheelchair. So I said, well, a few hours would not be bad. So Friday when I made contact with them, I was told that she's still in the wheelchair. On the 7th of October coming, she will be 82 years old. So we can say she's 81 and a half, if you want to say half. Correct, right. Mm-hmm. So because of the hurricane, I didn't get the chance to come. Saturday I was making some effort, but we still had some road challenges coming from St. Anne to come to Westmoreland. But I purposed in my mind that by the time there is going to be visiting hours, on Sunday I'll be there. So I arrive at the hospital exactly 2 minutes after 1 o'clock on Sunday, that was yesterday. When I arrived there and I went to the emergency ward, I have to call it a ward because there were some over maybe 50 persons in there that is waiting to go onto a ward. So when I went there, she was still sitting in the wheelchair from Thursday morning early till I get here 2 minutes after 1 o'clock. She was still sitting in a wheelchair. The 2-foot trail like when you see cow, just have a calf and the breast come down. She went in there walking, and when I get there Sunday morning, she can't get up, she can't stand up. She sit down right there, so in the wheelchair from Thursday morning till I go there 2 minutes after 1 yesterday. So I asked the nurse if I could be assisted with the concerns I have. She said to me, sir, look on the place, you see how we jam, and me alone they work in this area. Mr. Madam, how could you alone be looking after 50 patients? Well, I saw the system said, sir. That's what she said to me. So I said I need to speak to a sister or a matron or somebody that is in charge. So a gentleman came over and said that he is from patient care and how may he assist. I said, well, I'm here inquiring about my mother who is sitting in that wheelchair from early Thursday morning until now. He said, well, we have to apologize, but there's nothing that we can do. The system is clogged, and that's how it goes. A lady beside my mother on a stretcher, she bought at the same time and said, sir, 1 week me sit down in the wheelchair for maybe somebody in the same age as my mother. 1 week she sit down in the wheelchair right there so far. So I said, no man. When my mother came in here, although she had an ailment, she came in here walking. No, she can't stand up. So the doctor came. They called a doctor, so she came. When she came, she asked me what she can do for me. I said, I don't know what you can do for me, but I know what I want to be done for my mother. Yes, so I said to the doctor, Doc, tell me one thing. Answer just one question. Would you have your mother at 82 years old sit in a wheelchair for 4 days until now? The doctor not answer that the question yet. At 3 times I put the question to her and she not answer it yet. So I said to her, well, I'm going to take her. She have to leave because she's not going to sit down here for another day. She asked me, say, how me know, say, she's going to be there for another day. Somebody might die. I said, excuse me? So yes, somebody might die, so she will get a bed. The doctor said to me, say, somebody might die, so she might get a bed.
That's the story told to Popeye by counselor Ian Bell. He decided to bring his mother to another hospital, and when he decided to take her out, the form that was given him to sign said she refused health care and wished to leave. He said the form is universal and could not be altered, so he had to sign it to take her out, and by signing the form, they would not give her not a tablet or even a form stating what her ailment is or what treatment she received. But he said she's now in a different facility and has started recovery. Sad indeed. The NCB Foundation has committed $20 million to relief efforts following the devastating cause by Hurricane Beryl. Chairman Michael Lee Chin also pledged to match donations provided to the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management. Donations up to $150 million will be matched by the NCB Foundation. Prime Minister Andrew Holness said the contribution will assist in catering to residents mostly affected by the hurricane. Meanwhile, the Jamaica Public Service Company said it is hoping to restore power to 97% of affected customers by the end of this week. Providing an update on Monday afternoon, CEO of JPS Damian Obiglio said that power had been restored to 83% of customers who lost power during Hurricane Beryl. However, he said there is challenge to restoration efforts in Clarendon, St. Elizabeth and Manchester, which is the parishes worst affected by Beryl due to a number of poles being in heavily vegetated areas limiting access. JPS said multiple teams have been deployed in efforts to restore supply, particularly in St. Elizabeth, where close to 100% of customers remained without power. Opposition spokesman on housing and sustainable living, Senator Professor Floyd Morris, is calling for the government to establish special measures to assist Jamaicans whose houses have been devastated by Hurricane Beryl. Senator Morris argues that the government needs to establish special measures to assist individuals whose houses were extensively damaged in Clarendon, Manchester, and St. Elizabeth. He adds that Hurricane Beryl hit Jamaica at a time when citizens have been under severe economic stress. Professor Morris said the damage to their homes adds another level of stress, and he's urging the government to do all it can to assist people during these difficult moments. Jamaicans are now being urged to, as best as possible, to store agriculture produce as there will be scarce over the next 2 weeks. President of the Jamaica Agricultural Society, Lenward Fulton, said a clearer picture has emerged of the extent of the losses for farmers during Hurricane Beryl. Plantain, bananas, and papayas have been hardest hit. Mr. Fulton said JP Farm in St. Mary lost more than 90% of all its bananas. And he said certain crops are available in sustainable amounts now, but this will be for a brief period. Mr. Fulton said consumers should expect a further increase in the cost for vegetables as the entire vegetable belt, including areas such as Kellits, Savannah, Douglas Castle, Fort George, Cave Valley, and Battersea, is flooded out. On to sports. Today in Copa, it's going to be semifinal day. Canada will face Argentina and Uruguay will clash with Colombia. Both matches will begin at 8 p.m. You win, you stay, you lose, and you go home. And in Euro Championship, only 4 teams are left as well. Today, France will face Spain and Netherlands will face England tomorrow. This is also a win and stay, lose and go home. And that's going to be news and sports on your favorite radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.